Hello and welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about adapting lenses to the Canon R6, with the Canon R6 being an RF mount and me jumping from the EF, which was my 5D Mark IV. I didn't want to have to sell my lenses and try to get the equivalents in the RF mount. So I am just using a Canon adapter and a third-party adapter to adapt my lenses to the Canon R6. Now, some people might question, how well is the autofocus? How well do the lenses work? Is there any interruptions in the metadata recording when you're using said adapted lenses? And over the 1.5 to 2 years of using the R6 with adapting lenses, I've had no issue at all. I adapt a 300 f2.8 non-IS lens. I use a 70-200 f2.8 non-IS. I use the 85 1.8, and all of those lenses work perfectly fine. Now, you might question, what about third-party lenses? I have a Sigma 24 1.4 Art EF mount that I adapt, and it works perfectly fine on the Canon R6 with the EF to RF adapter. Now, the only issue I have found is that the Sigma sometimes doesn't read that it's even attached with the third-party adapter, so I make sure that I use that on the Canon adapter only. Now, down to the autofocus. With using these adapted to the Canon R6, the autofocus has been perfectly fine. I have an RF lens, and being able to see the differences between the autofocus is not there. The autofocus works just as good with the RF lens as it does with the EF lenses adapted. So that's a huge plus if you're looking to go mirrorless and you've been with EF mounted cameras. So if you're coming from a 5D Mark IV, Mark III, whatever it may be, your lenses will adapt perfectly fine to the R6 with the adapters. One area that I can't make any comment on is adapting any slower lenses. All of my lenses are 2.8 or faster, so I can't really speak on any of the kit lenses or any zoom lenses that are like f4 to f7.1 or whatever they may be. But from my experience, adapting these lenses have been perfectly fine, and so that has came in really handy to save money and also just keep up with my sports photography and my wedding work. Is I didn't have to lose any of the focal lengths that I like to use, like 85 or 24, and try to get the equivalent or something close to it in the RF. So those are just a few things I wanted to talk about with adapting lenses to the Canon R6, and I am sure that these are the same things that go for the R5 or any other mirrorless Canon camera. Is the autofocus works perfectly fine and the lenses work perfectly fine as well. So with that said, I'd appreciate if you would like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.